Next question in our question and answer and educational series is, what does pool service cost? Well, there's many levels of pool service, so let's go over that piece by piece. Starting with chem-only service, this is the most basic of services. Typically speaking, this will include your liquid chlorine and the muriatic acid, which is going to be there to adjust your pH level a little bit. That can be as low as somewhere around $100. The challenge with this is it doesn't necessarily solve the problems of keeping a pool green. In fact, it only does a very small segment. On top of that, if you're a heavy user of your swimming pool or even a normal user, this level of pool service is probably not going to be the ideal level of service for you, because you will still have to get involved quite a bit to make sure that you have a clear blue pool. We're installing things such as ozonators, saltwater chlorine generators, which actually can make the water softer, and other elements such as natural mineral cartridges, which are some variation of silver and copper, which inhibit bacterial growth, to reduce the amount of chemical that you are putting in your pool, because ultimately we want to get as chemical free as we possibly can within that pool. A chem-only service is still going to require you to get involved in your pool cleaning process. From there, there's a couple additional steps that we can go up to as you start to get to your $150 and $200 tiers a month for service. Other elements that are going to be making this a more complete service will be included. Things such as filter cleans, which should be done at least twice a year, are going to be added into your more premium plans. These are things that have to be done, because what they can affect is how clean is your pool, the performance of your equipment. It can actually cost you more in electricity costs if you've got very dirty filters, or ultimately keep your pool dirty, so you can actually save yourself some money by keeping your filters nice and clean. So those in the more premium plans will be done something like twice a year, and those can be an add-on on some of the other plans as well. Ultimately, what we're all looking for in a swimming pool is we didn't get the swimming pool to create ourselves another job. We got the swimming pool to go out there and enjoy. Other things that'll be included in month-to-month pool services are going to be cleaning out the skimmer baskets, brushing down the pool, which if you've got a plaster type of pool, this can actually make the edge of the pool quite a bit smoother, cleaning out of the critters that may have gotten in the pool. But the heavier the use you get into, or the lower the maintenance you ultimately want your pool to be, you're probably actually going to be leaning towards the more premium plans, because cost-wise, they end up costing you less in the long run, because you will not have to get involved. You're not going to have to go to the local pool store to continually add various types of chemicals, because the pool professional is going to add exactly what you need. And you won't have to guess how much chemical you will need in that pool, whether it's a cyanuric acid treatment, chlorine. Our pool professionals know. What I've seen happen with customers many times is they don't exactly know every element of their pool service, nor should they have to. But what will happen is they'll go to the local pool store and they will spend hundreds of dollars on chemicals that they may or may not need. And then it comes the habit of, how do you add them? How do you introduce them? It can be more detailed than one would think. And ultimately, this is where you actually will likely save money, having a pool professional do the full service for you. Other things that we will do is empty the skimmer baskets, brushing the pools, vacuuming the pools down when there's an excess amount of debris, making sure that we're getting the leaves out of those pools. And in many cases, in the northern markets, in the markets that are going to freeze, one huge component of the pools are the openings and closings. This is where we're basically draining the water out of the pipes to make sure that we do not get freeze damage over the winter. And during the startup is where we're introducing certain types of chemicals to make sure that you're set in a good way for the season. So in this case, actually having the professional do it could save you money.